Good afternoon, students. Let's continue with chapter 3. In chapter 3, we'll be starting with a new concept, common factors. For example, let us see what are the factors of 10. Factors for 10 are 1, 2, 5 and 10. The factors for 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So here we have to find out which are the common factors of 10, common factors for 10 and 12. So the common factors for 10 and 12 are 1, 2 and that's it. Okay, so 1 and 2 are the common factors for 10 and 12. Let us see what is common multiple. Now what are common multiples? Suppose we take two numbers, say 3 and 6. So the multiples of 3 are 3. Multiples means whichever when we multiply 3 in 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are, that is multiple of 3. That is when we multiply 3 with one time, multiply 3 with 2 times, multiply 3 3 times, and that way, and they are called multiples. So multiple of 3 is 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 and so on. So what are the multiples of 6? Again, multiples of 6 is 6 one time, 6 into 2 times, 6 into 3 times and so on. So 6 ones are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48 and so on. In the same way, we can find multiples of any number. Now here, the word says that we have to find a common multiple. So what are common multiples? So the meaning itself will tell you, you have to find out the multiples which are common in 3 and 6. If you see 3, this 3 is not there in the table of 6, but 6 is common to both of them. 12 is common, 18 is common, 24 is common. So if we go further, we are in table of 3, 27, 30, 33, 36. So this way, if we go, we can get some more common terms. So here again, if you see this 30 is common, 36 is common. So these are the common multiples for 3 and 6. So they are called common multiples. So you can write the common multiples are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 and so on. So if we ask, find the first 3 common multiples of 3 and 6, you will only write first 3 multiples. If I ask, write 4 common multiples for 3 and 6, you will write first 4 common multiples. So this way you will write the common multiples. Now let us see what is co-prime. Now what are co-prime numbers? First let us understand that the number which do not have any common factor other than 1. Okay, so 1 and the number itself should be common, and that those numbers are called co-prime numbers. This you have studied in the lower classes. So let us see one example here. So now here if I see 5, so 5 comes in the table of 1 and 5. If you see factors of 7, 7 comes in the table of 1 and 7. So if you see the common factors in these two numbers, that is 5 and 7, is only 1. So 1 is only common in 5 and 7, and hence we say that 5 and 7 are co-prime numbers because they don't have anything else in common. Suppose if you take some other number, like here if you see the example, the previous example, if you see here 10 and 12, there are more than 1 is common, 2 is common. Okay, so there are more than 2 numbers which are common, so they are not co-prime numbers. But in here only 1 is common, so we say that 5 and 7 are co-prime numbers. So since 5 and 7 do not have any common factor other than 1. Okay, so only 1 is common in these two numbers. So these numbers are called co-prime numbers. Now let us see the test of divisibility. Your test of divisibility is very important topic. It will be there for your further mathematical sums when you solve. You should be very much aware about which number is divisible by which number, so that it becomes easy for you to solve the sums. Especially in this kind of a chapters like factorize and all, you should know the test of divisibility. Now here, to find out if a given number is divisible by other number, we can work out by a division method, but then it is very time consuming. So test of divisibility help us to find whether the number is divisible by that particular other number or no, without even actual doing division. Without doing actual division, with the help of this test of divisibility, we can find the whether the number is divisible by a particular number or it is not. Now here if you see the number 2, now if I take any number and if I have to find out, for example, if I have to find out number 10 whether it is divisible by 2 or no, without literally going and or actually dividing it this way, I can simply use this divisibility rule and I can say that whether this 10 is divisible by 2 or no. So what is this rule for divisibility by 2? Okay, so first we are doing divisibility by 2. Number is divisible by 2 or not. Here, if the number in the ones place, now here this is ones place, this is tens place. Okay, so if the number in the ones place is even number, that is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, if these are the numbers in ones place, okay, in ones place, then we say that the number is divisible by 2. This test of divisibility we had studied last year also, so I hope you must be very much aware about this, but we'll do a little revision. So here I can take one more example. Suppose example 1 upon 2 6. Now whether this 126 is divisible by 2 or no, how you will understand? By looking the number in the units place. Now this 6 comes in the units place, it is 6. So yes, 6 comes in this. Once if 6 comes in, if 6 is an even number, and if it comes in the ones place, then that number is divisible by 2. So yes, this number is divisible by 2. If I suppose write 127, looking at this 7, it is in the ones place. 7 is not an even number, so this number is not divisible by 2. So this way you can find out whether the number is divisible by 2 or no. The next number is 3. Let us see how to find out whether the number is divisible by 3 or no. The sum of the digits is divisible by 3. If the sum of the numbers is divisible by 3, then we say that the number is divisible by 3. Example, if I am having the number 3, 3, 3, 3. So here if you see, if I add 3 plus 3 plus 3, my total answer is 9. So this 9 is divisible by 3? Yes. That means this number is divisible by 3. Okay. Now if I take 2, 4, 6. So now when I add this 2 plus 4 plus 6, so that is 10 plus 2, 12. Okay. So now 12, again I can add this 12 as 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So 3 is divisible by 3. 3 comes in the, so when we add these numbers, we should get a number which comes in the table of 3. It should be either, the number should be either 3, 6, 9 or 12, that way. Okay, when the number is 2 digit like this, 12 or 15, we have to again add it like this. So it comes as 3. If I add 1 plus 5, it becomes 6. So remember only this 3 digits. Okay, so when the number we add, all the digits we add in the number, and the total or the sum comes to 3, 6 or 9, that means that number is divisible by 3. The next one we will see divisibility for 4. Now here, if the number formed by tens and one's digit is divisible by 4, then we say that the number is divisible by 4. For example, if let it be any number here, whichever number here, but the last two digits, that is the digits in the ones place and digit in tens place, you should check if these two digits, that is the digit in ones and tens place, is divisible by 4. That means if last two digit comes in the table of 4, then this number is divisible by 4. Any number, any two digits, suppose it is 1 or 6, 3, 2, or I can say 1, 2. Now here this 12, last two digits are 12, so 12 comes in the table of 4. Yes, that means this number is divisible by 4. So this is the divisibility rule for 4. Next is 5. 5 is very easy. If the digit in one's place is either 0 or 5, okay, then the number is divisible by 5. Example, if the number is 10, 15 or 125, 1120. Now here if you see the digit in one's place, is either 0 or 5. That means these numbers are divisible by 5. If the number is like 12 or this way, so the digit in the ones place is not 0 and 5. So these numbers are not divisible by 5. So you have to check only the digits in the ones place, and they should be either 0 or 5. Let's see the next number, that is the number 6. Now 6, it comes in the table of 2 as well as it comes in the table of 3, that is 3 2s are and 2 3s are. So 6, when we have to know whether the number is divisible by 6 or no, we have to check that the number should be divisible by 2 and also it should be divisible by 3. That means this number should come in both the, should be divisible by both the numbers, that is 2 and 3. Then only it is going to be divisible by 6. Suppose if I see the number, example 114, here first we will see with the 2. Now what is the rule for 2, divisibility rule for 2? The number in one's place should be either 0, 2, 4 or 6 and or 8. So it is 4, so yes, it is divisible by 2, yes. Divisibility rule for 3 is you have to add all the numbers and the sum of that number should come in the table of 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 4, that is equal to 6. So now 6 comes in the table of 3, yes. So it also goes in the table of 3. So this 114 goes in the table of 2, it goes in the table of 3. That means this number is divisible by 6. So this way you will be finding the divisibility rule for 6. Let us see the divisibility rule for 7. Now 7 is little difficult because 7 we have not learned last time, but now this time you remember how to do it. Okay, here what you have to do, double the last digit. Okay, suppose I take an example of 672. Now what I have to do, I have to double the last digit of the number. Now double of 2 is what? 4. So 2's double is 4. So I have to subtract this 4 from this 67. So 67 minus 4, that becomes 63. So this 63 should go in the table of 7. Does 63 go in the table of 7? Yes. 7 nines are 63. That means this number is divisible by 7. The 672 is divisible by 7. So this way you will find the numbers divisibility test for 7. So this way you have to, what again I'll repeat here, last digit, that is the digit in one's place, you have to first double it. You have to make it 2 times, and this 2 times this number you have to subtract from the, or you can say you have to subtract this number from the remaining numbers. Okay, this way you will find the divisibility test for 7. Now let us find the divisibility for 8. How you will find the divisibility for 8? The number formed by 100, 10 and 1's digit is divisible by 8. Here you have to see any number is given and that number, that is the number in the last 3 digits you have to see. In divisibility test you have to see the last 3 digits. Suppose I am having a number here. Okay, this is the number. So 806, I have 16. I have to see whether this number is divisible by 8. If this number is divisible by 8, then I can say the entire number is divisible by 8. If I see the next one, divisibility test for 9. Here again the divisibility test by 9 is similar to the divisibility test by 3. Here you will be adding all the numbers, sum of all the digits, and that sum should come in the table of 9. Then it is said to be divisible by 9. For example, here if I take the number 1629, now if I add this 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 9, I get the total as 18. So this 18 goes in the table of 9. Yes, 9 2s are 18. Yes, so this number is divisible by 9. Now test for divisibility for 10. Now test for 10 is very easy, that all the numbers should come in the table of all the numbers should end with 0, and then you will, if you divide all the numbers, your divisibility by 10, if you see that any number, if you take 100, this last digit should be, or the number should end with a 0, then the divisibility by 10, then the number is divided by 10. Suppose if I take 220 or 550, so this last digits are 0, that means the number is divisible by 10. Now let us see the divisibility rule for 11. Now here, students, again this is new for you, so pay attention. Here, how to find the divisibility for 11. Suppose there is one number. Pay attention. What you have to do, you have to take the sum of the digits in the even places. Okay, now these are even numbers, so here suppose this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So now 2 and 4, they are even numbers, so I'll take the sum of these even numbers, so that is 3 plus 4. Okay, then what I have to do, then I have to take the sum of the digits in the odd places. Now what are the digits in the odd places? 1 and 6. So I'll be taking sum of the digits in odd places. Now I have to subtract these two, and if I get the answer as 0, then it is divisible by 11. What you have to do, even numbers, the numbers which are in the even places, you have to add. The number which are in the odd places, that you have to add, and these two even numbers, even place numbers and odd place numbers, you have to subtract, and the answer what you get should be 0. Then you say that it is divisible by 11. I'll take one more example. 3729. Now your 3 and this 2, okay, they are odd numbers. Okay, they are odd numbers, and this is even. So what we'll do, we will add this even. 7 plus 9 and 3 plus 2. So how much is this? 11 minus this is 16. This is 16 and this becomes 5. So when I minus this, how much I get? I get 11. So 11 goes in the table, so this 11 goes in the table of 11. So I can say this is divisible by 11. So two things we had seen: when it is 0, then it is divisible by 11. When it becomes 11, it comes 11, then also it is divisible by 11. But if this total comes as, suppose it is suppose example here, if I take one more example, 2 5, here if I take the example as 2 5 1 7 6, so the digits in the odd places and the digits in the even places, so even places is 5 and 7 minus all the odd numbers, that is 2 plus 1 plus 6. So how much is this? 7 plus 5 is 12 minus 6 7 8 9 9. So my answer is 3 here, but 3 don't come in the table of 11, so this is not divisible by 11. This way you have to find for divisibility test for 11. Now let us see the divisibility test for 12. The number is divisible by 3 and 4. If the number is divisible by 3, that means the number should go in the table of 3 and the number should go in table of 4. Then only that number is divisible by 4. Example 48. Now 48 also goes in the table of 4, that is 4 ones are 4 twos are. It goes in the table of 3, that is 3 ones are and 3 6 are. Okay, so 16 are. So this way it will go in the table of 3 and 4. That means it is divisible by 12. So this way you will find the divisibility rule. Now let us study more about the divisibility rule. There are some general rules. If any two numbers are divisible by any given number, then their sum is also divisible by that number. Okay, now few general divisibility rule I will solve in the examples, and I'll explain that how to do that. So let us go for the next term or the next concept, that is prime factorization. Now what is prime factorization? Prime factorization is a process in which the given number is factorized into prime factors. Now here you have to find prime factors of any number. How to find the prime factors of any number? Here I have taken the example of 56. Now 56 goes in the, we will start with the lower table. Now here the test of divisibility rule we can use to see which is the number which we can divide this 56 with. Now if you see the table of 2, now here in 56 the last digit, if you see, it is 6. So in the divisibility test, if you see 2, so 2 you can divide 6 by 2. So 2 is the lowest number we can start with. So in 2's table, 2, how many times it goes? 2 4s are, and this 1 carried here, so this becomes 16. So 2 8s are. So here it becomes 48. Okay, now here 48 is there. So in 2's table it goes 2 times and 8 goes 4 times. So it becomes 24. So again if you see, 4 is in the even in the units place is 4, so it is even number. So again we can take table of 2. So 2 ones are, 2 twos are. So again if you see the number in the units place here, it is 2. So it is, you can divide this 12 by 2. So it is 6 are. So if you go 6, 2 3s are 6. So now 3 goes in the table of 3 only. So we write 3 1s are. Okay, so now here once it is 1, then we stop doing the factorization. So now what are the prime factors of this number 56? The prime factors of 56 is, how many times 2 is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you write your 5 times 2. How many times 3 is there? 1 time. So you write this 3 1 time. So these are the prime factors of number 56. So this way you can find prime factors for any number. Now let us see the next thing, factor tree. How to solve this factor tree? Now here, if suppose there is one number 324, we take the, again here if you see 4 in the units place, that means it will go in the table of 2. So how many times it goes in the table of 2? 2 into 162. Okay, now 2 we cannot factorize further. It will be factorized only 1 and 2. So we will not take that. So we stop this 2 as it is. Whenever the number goes only in table of 1, we don't go ahead. We stop this number as it is, and the bigger number we circle and we continue. Now this 162 we circle and we further broke it up. So how we will do? Again, if you see in the number in the in this units place is 2. So again it will go in the table of 2. So first we write 2, and now 2, how many times it will go? 62. Here if you see it is 16, right? So you take 8s and this 2 means 1s. So 2 into 81. So this 2 only goes in the table of 1. So we will not do anything with this 2. We leave as it is. Now this 81, if you see this 81, now 1 is in 1. 1 is there in the 1's place. Okay, the number which you see here in unit place is 1. So it will not go in the table of 2. Now let us see whether it goes in the table of 3. So what is the divisibility rule for table of 3? We add the sum of the numbers. So 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. So 9 goes in the table of 3? Yes. So what are we going to do? We write here 3, and now 3, how many times 81 goes? Students, you have to learn your tables very well to understand this, okay? So 3 27s it goes. Now again, if you see this 27, the number in the units place, this units place is not even number, so it will not go in the table of 2. Now let us see whether it goes in the table of 3. 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. Yes, 9 comes in the table of 3. So that means this will go in the table of 3. So we write 3, and how many times it goes? It goes 9 times. So the number, now 3 here, 3 will go only in the table of 1. So we leave it as it is, and the next number we can encircle. Students, whichever number you want to go on expanding, you have to put circle to that number, and the number which you are not going to expand, you will not put a circle there. Okay, this is how you will draw this factor tree. Now this 9. Now again you know that 9 goes in the table of 3 and 3. Now this 3 cannot be further factorized, so we leave this 3 as it is. So we stop the numbers. We stop when we use factor 1. That means whenever the factor of that number is only 1 and the number itself, we stop it. So now here we stop this. So now the factor tree of 324 is how much? Whatever numbers you have not circled, only those numbers you will write. So 2, 2, 3. Okay, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 times. So 4 times 3 is there. So I have written 4 times 3 and 2 times 2. So factor 3, this way you will write all the factors of that number. So this way you will do the factor 3.